Hey, good morning. It's pretty early on a Friday. It's kind of an exciting day to get out to the track because it's a tech day for the upcoming ChampCar race this weekend. So we're just gonna go out there, test the car a little bit. I think we're already teched in since we did Road Atlanta race in February. But in any case, should be a fun morning. Plot twist though, I noticed this morning. I thought that might be dog pee, but then I realized it's actually coming, I believe, from under the Miata. So I think we might have ourselves a coolant leak perhaps. So that's gonna be fun. Anyway, I'm gonna get on the road. See you in a little bit. While I was driving, a couple of things occurred to me. One is that the Corvette has a few features that the Miata doesn't, and maybe I never fully appreciated them before. So the first one I'll show you here. Notice the hood and bang, pop-up headlights. I know the NA Miata has that, but the NB does not. The other thing that's pretty cool, I don't know if we can see it, but I've got a heads-up display that shows me my speed and some other info, and I wouldn't have said that that was something that would be important to me, but now that I've got it, I think it's pretty cool. Finally, the Corvette has a ton of trunk space compared to the Miata. I mean, I want to say like 3 times as much cargo capacity, and when you're going out, you know, driving to the track to drive on the track, there's a lot of stuff that you want to bring with you, and the Corvette holds a bunch of stuff. So hasn't really been a problem yet with the Miata, and maybe it won't be, but just something I noticed when I was putting a bunch of jack stands and a folding chair in the car this morning. So anyway, beautiful day for a drive, beautiful day to get out on the track again. This is my 3rd day in a row heading to the track. I am not sick of it yet. There's a whole bunch of cars here, a whole bunch of people getting ready to get through tech and stuff. I've already got our sticker in the wristband, so it's really just a matter of Dave showing up with the car so we can start practicing when it goes hot at tech.
You guys keep going back here. That's the next owner's problem. Yeah.
Easy man. What's that?
You're going to have to go all the way to where the ChampCar is, turn right, and then come back around. There's one spot where there's a Honda, it's kind of tight.
Ooh, she sounds sweet. Is hot. We're just getting ready to start going out. We've got,
yeah, it'll be like apparent if it's there. You know, check down here if it dripped or something like that, but you should be fine.
So quick summary, Dave, what did we do to the car?
We're making sure our brakes are still going to work because we removed the vacuum booster on it, so now it's strictly manual brakes.
Okay.
That's the end of the story.
I think we need to document the fact that Dave walked out of Discovery Parts and grabbed some other guy's scooter and rode off on it. And what happened, Dave? Did he have to yell at you?
Yeah.
So Dave got yelled at for stealing a scooter. This is Dave's scooter. He hasn't put any like distinguishing markings on it yet, and he figured who else would have a sweet scooter like that. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with here.
Time.
All right, we got Dave in the car. He's heading out just to do a couple of quick laps to make sure the brakes don't completely fail. When he gets back in, Richard's gonna pop the hood and take a look and make sure we're not leaking fluid or anything. If that looks good, then we're all gonna do some sessions, except Richard, apparently, who can't get his suit on.
I'm fire resistant.
How'd it feel?
Good. Feels a lot different.
In what way?
That when you'd enter in a corner or hit a braking zone where you typically think you'd apply a little bit of pressure, it's a whole hell of a lot more pressure to get that same amount of force out of it. You're gonna push through what you would normally think is that. You're gonna keep going and you're gonna be like, okay, well, where does this end at? Okay. So it's definitely more linear, but it takes a little bit more because it's a little bit heavier than that.
Did it feel better with the lower tire pressure?
I mean, within 2 laps, I was 4 seconds quicker.
That tells you something.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a little too floaty with the original tire pressure. All right, take it easy.
Dave took the car out for, how many laps did you do you know?
I don't know.
Like 10, 15?
Yeah, 10 or 15.
So this has now the unassisted braking. How did it feel?
It felt different. Felt way different when it came to entering the high speed or the high braking zone corners.
In a good way, would you say?
It's in a different way. Like
okay.
It can instill more confidence in you, but if you do it wrong, you're pushing through pretty quick.
All right, Justin went out for a session after Dave's. There's a flatbed out on the track, so that's slowing everything down. I'm gonna get ready and hop in the car and see how she does. I'm back from doing my session. The brake change is ridiculously different, to the point that it's hard to say for sure that it's better. I definitely wasn't in danger of locking them up, and I've definitely locked them up in the past, but they require so much more effort that you have to completely relearn what you're doing with your braking foot. And I guess every car that I'm used to driving has boosted brakes, so this is just a first for me. And also there was some kind of car that needed to be towed on track, and so a big section I had to go really slow through. So I don't really know what my lap times were. I think 143 somewhere in there. So there's a lot of room for improvement, but I think it's the kind of thing where just spending more time in the car will do it. And I'd kind of rather just do that tomorrow during the race than now and use up race tires. So good luck out there, Richard. We're all counting on you. Follow that Camaro, catch him. Richard's coming back in. Sounds like he had a little bit of an off. I'm curious to hear this story. And yep, car's covered in dust. Let's go take a look. What'd you do?
Hopefully I didn't f the tires up. Luckily it was a 4-wheel slide, so you know.
Man, wish we had the GoPro. So what happened?
BMW did a point by, but then kept on the accelerator.
Going into one?
Yeah, going into one, he did a point by on the left and stayed full throttle and cut off the inside. So I had to I carried too much speed on the inside of the track, and rather than spinning, I kind of just understeered and kind of went out into the sand trap.
But you got out okay.
Yeah, there's a bunch of sand in the chassis, I'm sure.
Hey Richard, the important thing is that you're okay. Richard has a little off, and we can actually see there's sand in the inside the rims there. So only on the rear though. Did only the back go off, or is that just from spinning?
No, go on the other side.
Oh my. Oh no. Ah, that's a lot of sand. Oh, Richard. I'm sure that was terrifying for Richard. Unfortunately, I forgot some mounting hardware for the GoPro, so we don't have in-car footage for that. Bummer. So we are rotating the tires front to back. That gave us an opportunity to get rid of some of the sand. And that also means that the tires with the most tread left will be on the front now. So what do we have to do still? Anything? Is this it?
Register.
But that's you, team captain does that.
So this team captain crap.
He's the team captain.
I haul the damn thing and I store it before races.
Oh, do you want to be the team captain?
No.
Right.
No, I don't want to be the team captain.
No, nobody's saying you don't pull your weight. We're just saying he has to go
I know
do
he
the
doesn't pull
paperwork.
his weight. No, because Emily...
Who got us into this mess?
Yeah, no, it was you, for sure. You somehow convinced me this was a good idea.
Yeah, I think actually you convinced me it was a good idea.
I was drinking at the time.
I had this POS card, and I'm like, I'm going to sell this thing.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, we should race it.
3 drinks in.
Is that how it happened? Really?
Yeah, just as like I bought a Miata, and I was like, yeah, that's a great idea.
Justin,
You're like,
let's race it.
Justin approached me at work and said, hey, Richard, do you have a credit card? Good.
Is this a segue?
Go ride it around.
No,
So
no, right.
no, here, I'll videotape you riding it around.
All right.
Gas, brake. It's electric brakes, so it comes
I don't
on.
even know what foot I want to go for.
You gotta give it a couple pushes to get it going. Don't run into anything.
Oh man. All right, I didn't think it was gonna be that fun.
Yeah, no, it's a blast.
I like that. If I look half as stupid on that thing as Dave does, I look pretty stupid,
we all
but
look stupid on it.
it was
There's
a lot
no
of
way
fun.
looking good on this thing.
Do a jump. Miata people are supposed to be nice, but I'm finding that Corvette people are pretty nice too. This is Trent.
What's up?
Trent's got a C5, but his is a fixed roof coupe, so not the Z06, but he's done a few things to it. Can you kind of give us a little walk around of the car?
Yeah, absolutely. So motor gave up about a year and a half ago, so I rebuilt it, put an LS3 in it. It's actually an interesting story. I have a CTSV Gen 2. I'm getting a motor built for it, so it's actually the block, the heads,
Wow.
everything. So it's got oil squirters in the block to cool the pistons down. Had to add an oil cooler to it. But it's pretty much just a basic LS3, small cam, really nice valve train, so it can just handle abuse, you know?
And what did you say it dynoed at?
465, 465.
Nice.
Yep, to the tires. So, conservative.
Speaking of tires, real quick, so we got the R888Rs, right?
Yep, and it's 4 rears, so they're 10.5 wide all the way around, same size, so you can swap them around pretty easily. And it's got Z06 C6 brakes. It's got those DBA 5000 rotors,
Okay.
and Carbotech 12 brake pads.
Nice. I've got the 10s on the front, the 8s in the rear. So we're running the same tire on the rear, but he's got the rear on the front as well. So overall, a lot more grip. And we're about to look inside of it. Part of why he's got a lot more grip is because he's got a way less weight. So what's going on in here?
So when I did the motor swap, you know, going from 24X to 58X, for anybody that knows about the difference between Gen 3 and Gen 4 LS motors, I had to, I wanted to get rid of the factory ECU, and I went with a Holley. The main reason I went with the Holley Terminator is because it learns. So you don't have to, like with the GM ECU, it's really hard to learn it. You have to take it to somebody and pay them $500 every time you wanted to get a tune.
Okay.
With this system, it learns. You crank it up. From the first time I built it, cranked it up, it fired up, and the O2 sensor is a wideband, and it literally will take fuel or add fuel depending on what happens.
Nice.
If your fuel pump goes, it'll add fuel.
Wow.
You know, if the weather conditions change, it'll adjust itself, so you don't have to pay somebody every single time you want a little bit of a different tune. You just command what you want, and it does it.
Right on. So real quick, we'll look at the seats in a second. Just for comparison, I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but I'm about 6'1". Trent is 6'7".
6'7", yeah.
So Trent's never going to fit in our Miata, but you know, I would have thought it would be a struggle in the Corvette. But what he's got going on are, these are Ultra Shields?
Yep, they're Ultra Shields, like a Kirky, same thing. Just
Right.
what I had available. Mounted on Sparco mounts. They came with the car. It's got a Sparco you know, harness bar for the
Okay.
harnesses, 6-point.
And those seats, which don't have a lot of, you know, they're not very thick in terms of padding and stuff, and they're almost sitting right on the floor.
Yeah, less than an inch off the floor. less than an inch.
Cool.
Yep.
So the dash is completely gone, and you said you rewired everything too?
I took all the factory wiring out of it, took both the fuse panels, and I just deleted everything I didn't need. So windshield wiper level, you know, all, you know, the fluid, the pump for the fluid, every little thing that is not needed, I just removed, and then I obviously rewired all the things. Got into little nerdy geeky things like these weather pack connectors,
yeah,
building them and pinning them and everything like that. So the things are removable. You know, like back in the day, I'd butt connect things.
Right.
When you want to remove it, you gotta cut the wire. They get shorter over time. You know, with this, you just unclip and go.
And you said you've got the factory interior all in pristine shape, sitting in a warehouse.
Yep, every little part and piece, windows, door cards, carpet. It was a full car.
And how much of this have you done yourself versus hired out?
All of it.
Wow.
All of it. Yep, I got one of those quick jacks at home, and at my dad's warehouse, I got one of those 4-foot Danmar lifts that you can put in a home garage. I live in a townhome,
sure, yeah,
so it's not wide enough for it, but cost effective. It's portable. When I do get somewhere different, I can move it, and it raises the car up enough to where, with this car, I'm sure some people know, you have to take the whole both the subframes and the torque tube, everything out together at one time.
Right.
It's very difficult, and you have to get the car about 3 feet in the air to do it.
Did you do the engine swap yourself too?
So I got the machine work done.
Okay.
But I built the motor myself. Like I filed the rings. All they really did was line hone it, bore it, you know, because it had 80,000 miles on it for my Cadillac.
Okay.
They did a little bit of work to the heads, but other than that, I assembled the whole thing with after they did the machining.
Right on. So how was it out on the track today?
It's been great. I think I've been out there 3 times. Cut 2.5 seconds the second time from the first, and last session I had a little off-track excursion, but the car's okay, so I've got no complaints.
Do you know what your time was today?
It was a 1:38.5, the best I've done.
Nice, nice. Man, I love this thing. And then there's the basic the basic Z06 in the background. Way more weight, way less power. Man, I just love this thing. Super, super cool. And it looks like it was built to be driven. It's not gonna go and sit around in car shows and get buffed with a baby diaper.
No, it's actually plasti dipped, so that helps protect the paint. It's a black car.
Okay, right on.
Plasti dipped the whole thing, and it's held up really well actually. So I'm happy
Very
with that
cool.
as well.
Well, Trent, thanks so much for showing us around your car.
Absolutely,
Appreciate it.
anytime.
Heading back from the track, that was a lot of fun. You know, one of my favorite things about going out there is just meeting other car people. I think since everybody knows that everybody else is into cars, it's really easy to strike up a conversation. And, you know, I had chatted with Trent a little bit before we did the video, and, you know, could just tell that he's super into that car, and I thought that car was really, really cool. And I'm excited to find out what he does with it, so I'm gonna be in touch with him. Maybe we could get him out and do a guest day with his car at some point in the future. Tomorrow's gonna be interesting. I guess bottom line is I'm not feeling 100% confident in my ability to kind of get the pace that I know I'm capable of tomorrow. But I think the key is just gonna be let that sink in. Over the course of 2 hours, that's a lot of laps to put in. And so I think I can build up to it at the beginning of the race, and then hopefully just be consistent throughout. So it was a fun way to spend a morning. Everything went well from a, you know, get the car ready for the race standpoint. Everybody's in good spirits. I think we're gonna do better than we've done in the past, and that's kind of all you can hope for. So I think that's gonna wrap it up for today. Thanks a lot for coming along for the ride, and I hope you'll subscribe so you can catch more videos. I'm really enjoying making them. And yeah, I'll catch you next time.